Yo, what's goody people? Back in here is the Fix from New York Libertarian Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Cash First 456 on Instagram, even though IG currently has me deactivated, an infringement against my First Amendment. Shit is crazy. Um the co-host, my brother, Z Dot. Zach won't be here with us tonight, but he is here with us in spirit. God bless his soul. Props and shout out to my brother. Um, but yeah, people. So, what can be said? What a crazy point in time we're in right now. And let me tell ya, for many years, I was always looked at like a very skeptical person, a very pardon me, a very skeptical person, conspiracy theorist, um, a person that tried to dig too deep in on certain things, and I was judged for it, because of those labels that they was hitting me with and all that. So, what occurred was within a matter of weeks, we went from living a certain way to having it drastically change. And you know what I'm talking about, the CV. But yeah, um, it's been wild. And it sucks that we're at this point in time simply because the lack of preparation based on what I've seen. I've been involved with the 2A community for close to 10 years already, like involved in shit. And I've seen a lot of people like throughout other states that they're heavily prepared and all that. And I'm sorry, but facts are facts. This ain't me throwing anybody under the bus, anything. But people in big cities, especially New York City, uh, a lot got too comfortable, and right now I'll say are not the best equipped for what could possibly happen within the time to come. And it's terrible because this particular type of event, um hold on, I'm just responding to somebody. People bear with me. But this particular type of event has hit us in so many different lanes. It's not even funny. Um you can't travel how you used to, and people used to think traveling was tough before. Look at it now. You can't go shopping how you used to. The DMV is a hassle. Um Dining in, yeah, dining in. Just everything, and you know what I'm talking about. I know you're tired of hearing it already. It's just I gotta put that stamp on it as well as I go more in depth with what we're gonna be talking about for the next half an hour or so. But it's some wild shit, and I've seen it affect a lot of people in many different ways. Um, Overall, the introverts, and those who don't know who introverts are people who are categorized under these type of labels. People who don't like talking publicly too much. People that don't like being in big crowds. People that aren't too outgoing. They're more stationary and shit. So introverts haven't been hurt by this too much. Um I think that they're the ones handling it the best, just my opinion, because you say anything nowadays and people right away they just get on some bullshit, all hurt and all that, any little type of opinion that you might have, perspective that's in contrast to this, and right away the fear factor kicks in. Oh my god, how you gonna say that? Blah blah blah. It's corny. And we all seen the memes, and the memes always told us how could a generation raised on, well, actually generations, because when I was a Smurf, you know, that's when South Park first began. That they were just a little bit higher quality than stick figures. They were well drawn stick figures and colored in. You know, the mouths were looking all weird and shit. Back then, Terrence and Phillip, the way they make fun of Terrence and Phillip, that's the quality they had. That's the quality they had on the main characters' called faces and shit. On the main cartoon characters' faces, Stan, Kyle, Cartman, Kenny, etc. Like they was moving like that. That was a quality and shit. You know, so I remember the old heads would be watching it too. They'd be laughing about it, and they used to tell people like, "Oh, it's not a show for like the youngsters and all that." Um, Me, I always carried myself with a certain type of standard that, you know, I gotta be responsible for myself, and whatever I choose to engage in, I gotta I gotta take the consequence that comes with it, whether it be a good consequence or a bad one, because there's good consequences as well. Consequence is just an outcome and or reaction based on a decision or path you chose to take, a choice you chose to make, any action you chose to execute upon. You know, I'll give you a great consequence to somebody being hungry. They could go make a sandwich, they could order some shit, they could cook something, you know. Um, so yeah, that'd be a good consequence of it. You were hungry, so you took the action in preparing something that you could eat, whatever. And so yeah, basically back to the main topic. It's just I like clarity, so I like explaining everything like that. Nobody comes in, hey, you didn't make sense here, and you lost me over there. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. So clarity is a definite. Um, oh, shout out. I gotta give this man a shout out right here. Shout out Dan fucking Donnelly, B. Donnelly, what is good? I just want to let you know you are highly appreciated. Um, you're an amazing individual. I wish this planet had more men like you, cause you do a lot. You're very responsible. We don't see that too often with a good chunk of people. You're very organized because you could be responsible and disorganized. You're very organized. You're very intelligent as well, and you're humble. You know, you don't think you're better than anybody. If there's something you don't know, you don't mind asking to become informed, such and such. Um, the Patreon, I haven't set up the Patreon, but you, along with a few other people, been asking how do they donate. So in the meantime, if you look up here, the Cash App is up. Just look me up on the Cash App and donate there, and everybody knows the money will be put to good use. Um, Good use. Pardon me. Um, yeah, the money will be put to good use. People was asking me how do they donate. It wasn't something that I just came up with, and I had even asked Larry about this. Larry Sharp, for those that don't know, I had even asked Larry if he thought I should set up a donation, and he told me yeah, but only when you have a consistent audience. But along with that, what happened in my personal being, in my personal entity, people just started asking me off the rip, like, yo, how do we donate? Blah blah blah, shit like that. So I was like, alright, I've been working a lot. Long shifts, consistent days. Thank you, God, you know. God bless anybody who's in a hospital right now or unfortunately, incarcerated and shit. I don't wish that shit upon nobody. Um, but yeah, I'm fortunate to say and very grateful to say that yeah, I've been working a lot and shit. I'm pretty much a one man show cause my co-host Z Dot will be leaving to the military in January, I think it is. So it's gonna be me by myself for a long time, unless some of my other friends choose to jump in from time to time, along with me having consistent guests on the show. And yeah, so just bear with me, people. If y'all could find it in your hearts, those who weren't asking to donate, again, just donate. Cash App is up top, because then I'm able to do more with those donations that will make a better show, and in the long run, it could help me run for some type of office someday within the years to come. I could also do like little charity events as well, build notoriety, plenty of things. It's just, if it's only me making money, I gotta do things my way. So it's hard for me to be consistent with the shows. But I'm gonna try to be more consistent with it. And along with that, it's hard for me to do more of these shows because, motherfucker got bills, expenses that come along the way. Shout out my accountant, by the way. She's an amazing person, and she helps me get back what's rightfully mine against the big system and shit. Oh, I just remembered I didn't say this earlier, but yeah, my current IG cash first 456 is currently being withheld from me, an infringement on my First Amendment by, pardon me, by Instagram. And it's a horrible thing because I always promoted Instagram since it first began as arguably the best social media outlet. And that's the thanks that I've gotten from them. Adam Mosseri, who is in charge of Instagram, I think he's the CEO, if not the guy who invented it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't come at me emotional or nothing. But Adam Mosseri, or Mosseri, however you pronounce it. I've tried contacting him a few times, like, hey, can I have my IG restored? This is crazy. And still no response or no actions. So it's like, the infringement and the censorship is real. It's crazy. But yeah, y'all could reach me at the Fix for New York Instagram. That is the IG that I'm currently active on. I recently made a Twitter as well, and I never advocated for Twitter. People been telling me for years. Shout out Breezy, shout you out 1,000%, and you earned this, Breezy. Cause Breezy been telling me since back in the beginning of the smartphone days, yo, make a Twitter, make a Twitter. I was like, nah, be like, back then, that's when MySpace was ending and Instagram, Facebook started coming in. I was like, yeah, I'm good with Facebook, and if anybody needs to reach me, they have my direct line and shit. Those who remember, I was making moves, and I wanted to be in contact with the masses, with as much platforms as I could handle at the moment, especially because I wanted to remain low key. I just wanted, to get my paper and skate. I never wanted the fame or anything. I'd rather be the rich or wealthy guy, just living it up without a heavy name notoriety, than being the person with heavy name notoriety. And that's gonna merge into what we're gonna be talking about tonight. I've had y'all here ready, going on 18 minutes, and I want to keep it on half an hour. Probably not, bear with me, people. Or probably be 35 minutes around there. But y'all let me know if y'all enjoying and shit, and y'all want a perspective from one of many New Yorkers. I wish more New Yorkers would be waking up, and even though they are, but it'd be dope if it was faster. Cause look, Trump's about to be out of office in, yeah, like 4 weeks, 4 weeks and 3 days. Well, 2 days. Yeah, we passed midnight. So yeah, 4 weeks and 2 days, a month and 2 days, and there's some crazy shit we're going through right now. But yeah, the censorship is real. If y'all like the content, donate. Like I said, I'm gonna make better shit for the years to come, along with many other things. It's just I don't wanna post or talk about my ideas out here and people end up taking them and running with them, because when things get saturated, they lose their quality. What was the other thing I was touching on before this shit got crazy? Yeah, Breezy was telling me to make a Twitter for a long time, so I finally made one. Twitter is Cash First 456, so you can hit me up there and all that as I continue to appeal the restoration of what was rightfully mine, my Instagram account, Cash First 456. So all right, people. Right now, unfortunately, we are in a time period where a lot of quote unquote conspiracy theorists are now saying I told you so. A time where the average bear, the average individual citizen living out in public, a good portion of them are wearing masks. And even if they're not wearing masks, a shit ton of us, myself included, at different calibers of it, but we're all in some way, shape, or form experiencing the fear effect. These are some scary times, people. And it's unfortunate we've gotten to this scary moment in time. Like I said, to those of you in states where you could be constitutionally armed, God bless ya. Unfortunately, we don't have that over here. I've been active in politics since 2007. Obama was the first president I voted for. And then I started learning about politics from there because it always made sense to me. Yo, we have constitutional rights. Why aren't they embraced more? Why aren't they exercised more? Why are they constantly being reduced, infringed upon? Oh wow. And thank you, Donna Lee. Thank you so much. I just peeped that. God bless you. God bless your life. Donation from Donnelly, and Donnelly, believe me, I'm going to make a very good decisions with that donation. I'm gonna just put it out here, and thank you so much for that again, Donnelly. I'm gonna just put it out here. If 500 libertarians could donate $2, monthly to me, I'm gonna get the Patreon up soon, but the Cash App will be there in the meanwhile for every episode. The more y'all donate, the better quality content I can make, the more moves I can make, and help grow the Libertarian Party here within the 5 boroughs. I don't like to really brag about this or anything, but it is a title that I hold and I humbly appreciate it. I'm currently the Bronx Libertarian Party chair, so the Libertarian Party within the borough and or county, some of y'all call it. of the Bronx. I'm their current chair. Um, I try to make the best out of that opportunity, but it is difficult. And this ain't me knocking nobody. It's just people have lives, and a lot of people, their vibes have just been trampled on due to everything that's going on right now, and is unfortunate. You know, a lot of people are low on the vibrational scale. Their frequencies is just like they're not really enthusiastic about anything right now. They just making their money and going home, or if they're able to go out somewhere, then boom. Because we had momentum prior to this whole corona crap. So yeah, a lot of people's vibes are just off, and they're trying to work as much as possible because they seen that a lot of people have lost their jobs. God bless them, you know, or they're in a tough situation due to their jobs. God bless them. You know what I mean? I wish the best for everybody. I'ma do no harm, but take no libertarian. Um, because I refuse to be a pushover. I grew up fighting bullies. I won a lot of fights. I lost a few fights, being honest, and shit, but I won a lot of fights against the bullies and all that because I don't like seeing bad things happen to good people, to innocent people, people who deserve nothing but the best out of life. And, you know, that's a violation of the NAP. Bullies are full blown a violation of the NAP. And I'm sorry, but just like a cancer, you gotta get to trouble early. Famous quote from the movie A Bronx Tale. But it's also an old saying as well. Trouble's like a cancer, you gotta get it early. Um, cause bullies is start going on a power trip and all that. And once they go on a power trip, is a bigger problem to deal with. Um, but yeah, so that's the type of libertarian that I am, and it'd be dope to awaken more of the people from my demographic, urban United States and New York City, big city, and then as you go into neighborhoods throughout the city, shit could get really ghetto, really ignorant, and really dangerous. And when it gets ignorant, ghetto, or dangerous, people's lives can be put at risk. Um, and we should have our full blown rights to be able to protect ourselves because you can know how to fight, throw the hands, mixed martial arts, all that. But what happens if you come across a scumbag that is, their whole mentality is, I'ma just take you out. I'm not gonna engage in formal combat with you. I'm trying to rob you, uh, clap you, and just do the absolute worst that they could upon the innocent party. So the innocent party, the party doesn't, it's not starting trouble. The individual, the entity, or the group of people um, that are not starting the trouble, they should be as well equipped as possible to defend themselves. You know, and I would even overturn brandishing because I think brandishing will actually make things safer. Let me explain why. If you show like, yo, I got the toolie on me and I'll use it if you continue with your misconduct, then I'll see a lot of bad people just backing up and retreating. And you know, in all actuality, that would be the best outcome because that will give them time to reflect on what they tried to do and didn't get away with. And hopefully, they change for the better and even come back to apologize someday. Because as long as no initial pain was inflicted, I believe misbehavior could be apologized for and reimbursed for. Um, but along with that, anybody and everybody should be well equipped to defend themselves against harm. And if they could diffuse the what's the word I'm looking for here? If they could diffuse the situation from even occurring, why not? And right there, I would say brandishing. My opinion, we could give it a test run. in any particular state, but you see it in the hood all the time when motherfuckers pull out they piece. Now I mean, the opposing side is just like, oh, retreat and all that. Like right there, they got a decision to make. In contrast to just bang, um, that is already executed upon, and even though I believe in killing, I also believe that if it could be avoided, all right, let's avoid it and shit. But yeah, what's going on here in the city now? Honestly speaking, we've always been overly infringed upon, overly patrolled, and tyranny enforcement. The cops is out here heavy right now, and don't believe the lies that they tell you in the media that oh, it's a danger zone in NYC, blah blah blah, in big cities, but in particular NYC, people, ironically enough, have been losing their lives. God bless. But one, this is something that's annual, and obviously, when you have the city shut down for 3-4 months, by the time that people start going out again and situations occur, because obviously when people are outside, situations are gonna occur. um the statistics are gonna vary because of what occurred. um Pardon me, because of people being outside. um So when you compare the statistics, 3-4 months of straight shut, actually more than that, because prior to everything beginning with the Ronies, what happened? It was winter. Hello, what we're dealing with right now. That's why I got a hoodie on. Is break. And I got the heat on, by the way, before anybody starts talking their nonsense. Oh my God, just turn the heater on. People love being judgmental without finding out what's happening. Full details. Um, that type of behavior could equate to Trump derangement syndrome or libertarian derangement syndrome, because a lot of people are scared of libertarians. People, you come and you mention to them, oh yeah, that you're a libertarian, and you're a constitutionalist and all that right away. A double whammy on it. They go into massive fear. And that's an emotional reaction, and along with that, judgment comes. Anywhere there's fear, there's gonna be judgment, because they're just looking at how's it gonna fail. um how's it even possible, things like that. So yeah, here in the city, um what I'm trying to do, along with many others, but within the urban demographic of it, is me and very few others within New York City. And New York City is small on the map, but when you hear, it's huge. Um, it's easy to get lost, easy to end up in the wrong neighborhood. Um, but yeah, that's the point I was going to. Is just I like to explain things again, so when I go into sub topics of it, I'm gonna explain them as well while going back to the original topic. Um, and it just slipped my mind right now. The original topic. It's my bad. Give me a second. It'll come back to me. Yeah, people being afraid, being judgmental, the things that you say before people choose to try to comprehend where you're coming from. They're already being emotional, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. Let me move this back real quick. You were talking about how NYC is suffering. Yes. Thank you again, Donnelly. Donnelly is Ray Allen. That's what I'm gonna call Donnelly, Ray Allen, because when you need Donnelly to deliver, that man delivers and he shoots to kill. Props to you, Donnelly. But yeah, New York City suffering and all that, and these are things that we gotta change. It's about getting the word out. Um, and in order to get the word out, it could be things like this, like podcasting and all that. That's the point I was trying to make. Yes, people have been dying in New York City, but this is annual. Crime is annual. You got the city shut down for winter, and then the Ronies as well. When people come outside, those statistics, any little incident that occurs is gonna be magnified. If somebody dies, it's gonna be magnified. Oh my God! Look at the statistics from here to there. Look how crime and deaths have shot up. And ironically enough, a lot of these people dying, you haven't seen any weeping family members, any neighbors, talking about who these individuals were, because ironically enough, it's been people that don't even live in the area for the most part. Maybe one or two that are here from around the way, but it's been a lot of people. I'll give you a perfect example. Well, it came out in the news already. Um, in Uptown Washington Heights, there was a guy that got shot in his vehicle, but the vehicle wasn't even registered to an address within that demographic. One, and two, nobody knew him within that area, and that's what's been happening a lot of within the city. And then the media tries to spin it. Oh look, um they don't want cops. Look how dangerous it is now. Blah blah blah. Bootlickers, and trust me, there's leftist bootlickers as well. You got extreme hardcore leftists, and then you got bootlicking leftists, along with sensitive leftists. Many different categories. Again, I'm a constitutional, do no harm but take no libertarian. Um, but yeah, B. So it's been a lot of people dying in NYC, but these are not people from around here. So we're thinking like, is it a setup? It could possibly be a setup. What's going on? Who are these people? Where did they come from? Um, Weird stuff. It's very agenda driven. So I'm gonna get to now. Part of the title, Trump and the craziness we're dealing with right now. So, I'm gonna be using code words here and there. If you do not comprehend the code words and or name alterations, feel free to hit me up. You could write right here in the live chat, along with writing in the live chat. If you end up watching this on a rerun, you could message me at the Fix for New York on Instagram. While I get the appeal back again on Cash First 456. But Trump has a friend, an associate, somebody that he has a good relationship with, called M. Flynn, Mike F. Put it together, Michael Flynn. Yeah. So what occurred with that was back after he won his election, Flinsky had had very hardcore evidence against the Deep Skank. So the Deep Skank put together one of the three-letter agencies, the falsified Bureau of Investi. I'm gonna call them the Falsified Bureau of Infringement, because that's what they do. They heavily infringe on your Fourth Amendment, your right to privacy, and all that, because they're supposed to be digging and finding out um, any type of incidents that occurred and the truth behind them. But it's just like they're not a constitutional entity to begin with, and I could agree with having some type of investigation entity, but it has to be by the people for the people, not a rogue agency that's unconstitutional, and the people barely have any type of input on or control over. It has to be controlled by the people. Um, so they set up the Flinster. They set him up, and it was Peter Stuck. Yeah, I know. Again, like I said, keep up with the codes and name alterations. Peter Stuck and Andrew Mickey and Lisa Page in the book. Maybe I could keep up. Them, along with many others, James Colemanson, another one, three-letter agency, that their text messages revealed that they were plotting against Flynn Easy and against Mr. Trump, you know, because I'm gonna use that code word on him because I'm so disappointed in Orange right now. Heavily disappointed in him. And like I said, this is all gonna correspond and make sense in a minute. Just bear with me, folks, because if I don't start from the beginning, um, and I just take y'all to a point in time where I have all my knowledge at, you're gonna be confused and left out in the air, and I don't want that for y'all. So yeah, Mr. Flanizi was set up by members of the three-letter agency, and the evidence came out via PikiLeaks, and our boy Julian Arrange. Donnelly, have a good night. Yeah, catch the rerun, and yeah, be just know. You the man, Donnelly. God bless you. This planet needs more Daniel Donnelly's. Definitely does. So yeah, they set up Flynn. I said the name. Fuck it. They set him up. But along with that, he made a few mistakes himself. Please don't shut down my YouTube now. I just got started, but I'm coming out with platinum caliber information. Yeah. So he made a blooper himself when he had to talk to these people, which got him in some trouble. And Trump, I said the name. Orange Man, the silly guy, should have executed sooner because it was pretty clear that he was innocent, and he didn't do so. So that brings us to this point in time that we're in now, because he has Saidni Poau. You could guess who I'm talking about, as part of his team, along with being a defense member for Mflinsky. So I want y'all to listen to this from Said Na'i Po'au, and you're gonna see that a lot of this is gonna sum it up tremendously right now, and it's also gonna make it easier for me. Bear with me, people. I'm just digging through, and it's a lot of data up in here. A lot of good stuff. Bear with me. You're gonna be thankful once I find it. It's coming. It's coming. Here it is. So just take a listen.
Clinton emails, 75,000 Clinton emails when they got Anthony Weiner's laptop in a search warrant because of all his sex perversion issues. It was all the Clinton emails, the Clinton Foundation, her Secretary of State emails, Huma Abedin's emails. Lots of people emailed Huma as a proxy for Hillary. So one of the things, if I were the president, I'd do is demand the Anthony Weiner laptop and get it to the most trusted person in the military to take apart everything on it and then start using it. There's a lot that can be prosecuted. I have no doubt on that laptop. In fact, I heard that the New York police officers who saw some of it, even though they're hardened investigators, literally had to go throw up. It's bad.
So, this is a woman that has a very high level of honor, respect, and for her to be saying such things, that means a lot. Just to piece it all together, I do not want to get censored. Feel free to message me at the Fix for New York on Instagram, and I'll explain more via DM. Just let me know, hey, Cash, I saw the podcast, and that's the reason I'm hitting you up. You should know what I'm talking about, and we'll take it from there. Orange Man Chump should have been acted upon these things long ago, because what Miss Said Nipal just blessed us with right there was full-blown clarity to a lot of evil that's occurring. She dropped not a gem, but 1,000-pound diamond on us with that. And Saidni, for that I thank you, because even the most blue-pilled beta mon, beta simp, Karen, Mommy Demanding Action, which is a funny name, by the way. Mom's Demanding Action. Don't me to me. It's just a very funny name. It could be taken in many different ways. If you want my elaboration based on any type of perspective, feel free to ask me and I'll elaborate on it more. You want action, you're demanding action on so many things, and you don't even know the danger we are in and how lack of self-defense will really make you wish that we had some valid action occurring, because at that point in time, Miss Karen, that's when you're going to really be scared for dear life. So, yeah, I just heard Said Na'i Po'au talk about M. Flinster and Anthony Frankfurter, who was a former member of office here in NYC, and y'all could look it up, or again hit me up at the Fix for New York on Instagram and I'll explain. Some foul stuff, which leads into pizza fence, if y'all catch my drift. And the evils, break that. It's crazy, and Trumpinson waited too long to begin taking any type of action. It's horrible we're at this point in time, because you got a lot of people unarmed, and those who are armed, they're in their own demographic, And I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Within my demographic, we don't comprehend the type of relationship that we have. Um, and if we'll be able to unite, like with me, yeah, you feel me. But the people that I'm talking to on this side, they don't know how to engage with y'all and all that. Like, there's a lot of like separation. And right now with such time constraints, it's just like holy shit. Um, it's crazy. Again, it's definitely a point in time where people are losing it. Y'all seen toilet paper outages or shortages, and people in panic. Ammunition. You know, the bulletins shortage and people panicking. There's a lot of weird stuff. So Trump Inton has to right now hit a miraculous buzzer beater. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the fourth quarter, down by 20. And at this point in time, we got 5 minutes left. And it's crazy because a lot of us who saw similar things of this caliber, maybe a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit worse. But we had just a instinctive, intuitive, I hate using this word, but feeling. And look, we're here. Thank God it's not worse. We still got lights, running water. We're able to travel to an extent. We're not starving. But a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people's lives have changed. And this is wild. This is wild. All this could have been prevented by two simple things. Actually, a few more, but I'm gonna wrap this up soon. So if I was to go into a heavy explanation with that, I'll wait till I have a red pill guest on again to go into heavier in depth into it. But all right. Number one, you should have been, especially after the Mueller report, pretty much verified that you was in the clear, Mr. Trump. Once it proved that you was in the clear, you should have reversed the investigation and started it against them. And even though we've been having an investigation via AG Barr and John Durham, it's been moving kind of weak. Barr is very questionable right now. Durham has been mute. We haven't really heard much from him. So we're like, well, like I said again, fourth quarter, down 20, little time left. But what are we gonna do? This is why I voted for JoJo, because JoJo Jorgensen, not Biden, she was ready to take immediate action. Along with that, she was going to arm the people. She was going to, you know, bring the people to such a level of well equipment that going up against a deep skank, people would have been a lot more at ease in comparison to what we are in right now. Oh my god, B. This sucks. The second thing that Orange Man dumpster fire should have did was embrace 420. You embrace 420, and right there, you're gonna get a lot of that demographic that normally wouldn't vote for you. That they will call you a racist. They will call you all types of the derogatory terms, they would have sided with you a lot better. And obviously, yeah, you can executive order that, or could you? I'm not sure if you can. You know, tell me in a polite manner. Don't come, wow, yeah, you can't do it. You should have known this. I hate when people come at me like that. You know, all that sarcasm and all that extra shit. You gotta chill with that. There's a way of talking to people. You know, you could be very polite and courteous. That's why I hate typing. It's just sometimes like I just type being on something that occurred, and it's not always with me. I'm just sometimes observing things happen to other people, and I'm just like, oh, that's crazy. But yeah, couldn't executive order, but be more vocal about decriminalizing it. You know, you would have got a gigantic demograph in your favor that would have been it'd have been great for you, and you wouldn't have so many people out here with the TDS, the derangement syndrome. Any pardon me, any opposition wouldn't have really stood a chance. But you didn't do that. And you brought us to this point in time where things are questionable. We are on a time constraint. So what are you gonna do? And will it be the 10 days of darkness? How a lot of anons have talked about. I was even trying to keep up with that, and my currentl posts will always be valid. I never went off of a little breadcrumb. I needed 4 or 5 confirmations. Watch when I get my IG back, that people will be able to see such things. Then they'll see, oh, okay, he's making sense. But to bring us to this point in time, so constrained, a lot of citizens in fear, a lot of citizens in question. Police are still out here conducting tyranny, so don't believe the hype. I debunked a lot of things. I went live driving around the city a few times. Please, God, work your magic, get me my IG back. I'm gonna end this on at the hour timestamp. We're at 55 minutes and 30 seconds. But Trump should have embraced the Second Amendment. Beyond verbiage, just he should have been pushing for it a lot more, because he could be like, yo, get me something to my desk. Hard body, national conceal carry reciprocity back 2017, 2018. He barely showed any support for that. He was very vague when it came to that. It was pretty much, oh yeah, you know, I'm Second Amendment, MAGA, whatever. You do nothing about that. Supreme Court case, New York Rifle and Pistol Association versus the City of New York. Yeah, Calandro said that him holding a position of power, it is very jeopardizing, and even possibly he's not supposed to be talking about that. But being that he's talked about other things, and along with that taunted a lot of other things, you could have been showing support for that, because they already crucified you for the other things. So why not go all the way through, especially if it's constitutional? And along with that, the decriminalization of the 420. Trump moves in a way that, you know, it is unlogical. Being, look at the point in time that we're here right now, when he had everything on a silver platter to work for him. That if it would have been me, I'd have been like, oh, public, you want to call me racist and all that? Well, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. And on top of that, I'm going to help you out here and I'm going to help you out there. He doesn't do that. He doesn't articulate things properly. And straight up and down.
That does not make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense one bit. Oh, we got a guest in the building, people. The great man himself, my brother Taz.
What's up, buddy?
It's goody, B. Now I'm just here telling the people, like, Trump, he shoulda, well, I said the name again. Orange Man Dump should have done more for the 2A, more for 420, because he would have got both those demographics on his side hard body.
Yeah, that's a fact.
There wouldn't have been a need for JoJo. I voted for JoJo. Why? Because she was ready to take action against the deep skank. She was ready to empower the people, restore the Constitution, constitutional republic, and constitutional rights to the people.
Facts.
He was ready to take immediate action. And even today it came out that the Supreme Court is being questionable in helping Trump or not when it comes to this election. You know what I mean? I gotta be careful with the algorithms and all that.
They'll cancel you real quick over that.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, I gotta, like I said, I gotta be masking it. I'm about to wrap up, got a minute and a half left, but Trump pretty much let us down on immediate and tangible things that he could have granted us, you know, and that was a fail. You should have did better.
I love it.
But yeah, people, give y'all another episode hopefully tomorrow. Remember, I'm a one-man show right now. Shout out to all of the good libertarians, New York nation and worldwide. Shout out to the Red Pill community, the MGTOW community, men guarding their own wallets, Coach Greg Adams, Young Men's Daily Red Pill, Strong Successful Male, Better Bachelor, Ted Santos, Red Pilled Rican, and many more. Shout out to all of y'all. Again, there's a lot of great things that Trump should have tangibly did. And I know I'm gonna hurt feelings. You're gonna have all the MAGA people coming around with her feelings and all that. All emotional. But yeah, if y'all wanna elaborate with me on those topics more, feel free to hit me up at The Fix for New York on Instagram. Again, all donations are highly appreciated, as y'all see here up top, until I set up the Patreon. Monthly $2 or $3. You know, 100, 200, 300 libertarians doing that. And I'm telling y'all, I could do amazing things with that. A lot of people started asking me about the donations. Shout out to those who donated this evening. Highly appreciated. Yeah, people, we're on a time constraint. It's just a very troubling time to be living in right now. Shout out Larry Short. And it just sucks that we had to get here. We didn't need to get here. So let's see what happens. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. I am one of your hosts, Cash First 456 on Instagram. Once I get the IG back, but in the meanwhile, check out the Fix for New York Instagram page. Once again, my co-host Z Dot could not be here tonight, but God bless his soul. He is here with us in spirit, my brother. Have a great evening, people. Try to get something tomorrow and more consistent as well. This is a Fix for New York, and remember, when I say the Fix for New York, it does apply to everybody, nation and worldwide, because if you do it in New York, the spillover effect, the domino effect, will be epic. You could bet your wallets, your bank accounts on that. Know what I mean? Thank y'all for tuning in, and I'm out.